Hello, I'm Claude Whitacre. I'm a sales trainer. I give seminars and sales talks to groups of salespeople, small business owners. If you're the kind of a person that is in a business where your sales determine how much money you're making, I think I might be able to help you. Well, a lot of times when I'm giving a seminar, somebody in the audience will say, Claude, I sell a commodity. You know, everybody else sells exactly what I've got. For example, see, I'm standing in my store right here. One of the businesses I own is a retail store. Well, that vacuum cleaner right there, for example, is sold by 100 different vacuum cleaner stores in the area. There's a lot of places that can buy this vacuum cleaner, and they sell them for about the same price I do. So and they all have the same part number, they all have the same model number. So it's really a commodity. So people say, I sell a commodity, and they name off whatever they sell, and they think it's a commodity. What do I do if I'm selling a commodity? And the truth is, what you're selling is not a commodity. Maybe that product is a commodity, but there's a lot around that product. Think about the last time you bought a steak. If you don't buy steak, pretend like you do. You buy steak now. For the next 60 seconds, you buy steak. So you go into a restaurant and you order a steak. Well, how much did you pay for that steak? Isn't that a commodity? Is it the same steak does everybody pretty much get the same steak? Pretty much. You know, they don't say that cow is good and that goes to a better restaurant. That cow is not as good, that goes to a bad restaurant. They don't do that. They cut the steak and people get the steak. Well, why does one steak at one, say, buffet, or I don't want to mention any restaurants' names, but you go to a restaurant that's maybe a lower end restaurant, you might pay $10 for that steak. You go to a really high end restaurant, you might pay $70 for that steak. Well, isn't that steak a commodity? Aren't you really eating the same steak? Why is that $70 steak more? Well, it's because you're not paying for the steak. You might be paying for the way they prepare the steak, for the expertise of the cook, the expertise of the chef. Maybe you're paying for that. But you're also paying for the ambiance. You're paying for the location. You're paying for the cleanliness of the restaurant. You're paying for the music that the restaurant you're hearing in the background. You're paying for the quality of the plates and the silverware and the quality of the napkins and the seating, and you're paying for the bragging rights that you ate at that restaurant. You're also paying, believe it or not, for the quality of the other people that are eating at that restaurant. There are actually restaurants that my wife and I will not go to because the people that go to those restaurants, we aren't comfortable being with those people. So we don't want to eat at those restaurants. And a lot of people think the same way. So it's not that you're selling a commodity. Maybe that exact product, you know, the nuts and bolts and screws and flanges and pieces that go together to make that product, maybe those things are commodities. But your delivery is not a commodity. Your financing isn't a commodity. The way you explain it is not a commodity. Your service is not a commodity. You are not a commodity. See? Your personality, the way you explain things, the way you compare things from one thing to another, those are not commodities. The experience of buying from you is completely unique to you. See? Your job now is to make that experience of buying worth more than if they just went online and bought something online. You have to give them more value. See? And I show you how to do that and by increasing the value that you give to your customer in a lot of different ways. I show you a lot of those ideas in One Call Closing. It's on sale right now on Amazon.com. I hope you read it. Thank you.